Okay, welcome to lesson 31. So this is one of the tough lessons. We have a lot of important stuff to cover here, and so I just want to encourage you to spend some time with this lesson. It's not an easy lesson, but you're getting through some difficult lessons here in the intermediate phase that you're just going to be mastering English here soon. So stick with it. So this one's called extensive use of the gerund. So remember the gerunds, ing, and so here they are. Here's number 1, here's number 2, here's number 3, here's number 4, here's number 5. 6 uses of the gerund. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the first two are just like Spanish. So you use the gerund with the copulative just like in Spanish. So this is easy. So in English, this would be translated, you are boring us. Boring. Yeah. And so number 2, this would be translated, he is studying. Studying. Okay? And then this one's a little bit tougher because we've got the perfect tense here, but then we have the gerund here. So this would be like the present progressive or the progressive perfect tense. I don't know what it would be called, but it's a little bit complicated, but I don't think it's too difficult for you. So it should be said in English, I've been working all day long. I've been working all day long. So I think you can translate that. All right, so let's look at the second set of uses of the gerund. So again, this is just like in Spanish, so it shouldn't be hard. So it's in conjunction with another verb subordinated to that verb. So you say, oh my gosh, what does that mean? Well, just read these sentences. It's not that difficult. Okay, so number 4, be filled with the Spirit, singing songs of praise. Be filled with the Spirit, singing songs of praise. And so I'll help you with that translation because this actually comes from the Bible. So it's like, sed llenos del Espíritu, cantando canciones de alabanza. All right, good. So I thought that it's a command, right? No subject, so it's a command. So we don't have commands that are affirmative with to be very much in Spanish. So I thought I'd help you out on that one. Okay, number 5. Seeing the need, I responded and said, here am I, Lord, send me. Seeing the need, I responded and said, here am I, Lord, send me. Okay, so here's our gerund. Okay, just like here. So these are subordinated clauses. So you don't need to know what that means, but that's what I'm talking about here, subordinated to that verb. So the main verb here is be filled, and then the main verb here is actually to, responded and said. But in any case, seeing then qualifies that, so it's a dependent clause. So great. So seeing the need, I think you can figure this one out. The only one thing I want to say is that this is the copulative and subject are put backwards here. It's kind of a poetic use. Okay, so normally it should be subject, then the copulative verb, but it's backwards. It's just a poetic use. Okay, number 6. Helen came to church bringing friends with her. Helen came to church bringing friends with her. All right, number 7. Rebecca went to bed at midnight, having tried as hard as she could to finish her homework. All right, once again, that's a long one. Rebecca went to bed at midnight, having tried as much as she could to finish her homework. I don't know if I said much, but yeah, it says much there. So in any case, all right, so I'll help you out with this one because I think it might be a little bit difficult. Rebecca se fue a la cama a la medianoche habiendo intentado, habiendo intentado tanto como podía para terminar sus tareas. Yeah, remember para de propósito? Right, you'd get rid of it in English. So there it is. So what's her purpose of trying as much as she could? To finish her homework. Okay, I remember the night that this happened. Okay, so that's great. So that we have set number 1, set number 2, and now we're going to go into set number 3. Now this is different than Spanish. It's unlike Spanish. Okay, so we use the gerund as a noun, unlike Spanish, which uses the infinitive. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, so we have sentences 8 through 12 here. So number 8. Giving to the Lord is good for Christians. Giving to the Lord is good for Christians. So the translation would be, dar al Señor es bueno para los cristianos. Dar al Señor es bueno para los cristianos. ¿Ves cómo suplo el infinitivo para el gerundio del inglés? En inglés no se usa el infinitivo de sujeto. Ajá, se usa el gerundio. ¿Por qué? Porque el infinitivo son dos palabras, ¿verdad? To give. Entonces es más eficiente y lógico usar una sola palabra, giving. Okay, number 9. Swimming is very healthy. Swimming is very healthy. So, we would translate this. El nadar es muy saludable, solo que suena todavía mejor. La natación es muy saludable. Esto es la palabra para la natación. Okay, number 10. But the most fun thing is biking. But the most fun thing is biking. Pero la cosa más divertida es bicicletear. Bicicletear. Okay, we'll look at that a little bit later, I think. Okay, number 11. Going to the university is a goal that we all should have. Going to the university is a goal that we all should have. Okay, so, ir a la universidad es una meta que todos debemos tener. Okay, number 12. The theme of the book is loving others. The theme of the book is loving others. El tema del libro es amar a los demás. Yeah, great. Okay, so let's look at our next set of use of the gerund, and that is as an adjective, unlike Spanish, which uses these forms to make into an adjective the verb form, which was the gerund. So there is a similarity there. You just have to know your etymology. Okay, number 13. These are some difficult sentences. My husband bought the jumping toy. My husband bought the jumping toy. So, we have the word toy, which of course is juguete, and then this you can see is obviously an adjective because it goes in front of a noun. So what else is going to go in front of a noun but an adjective? And it goes after the article. So the only thing that could possibly go between an article and a noun is an adjective. So we know that this is an adjective. Now, if you look up jump in the dictionary, it's saltar. So this would be read literally, mi esposo compró el juguete saltando, saltando, ¿ok? So después tienes que acomodarlo a un buen español, ¿verdad? Entonces, saltante casi suena a asaltante. Entonces, lo que decimos, o por lo menos en Guatemala dicen saltarín, ¿ok? Mi esposo compró el juguete saltarín. All right. Number 14. Robert is a big and growing boy. Okay, Robert is a big and growing boy. So, here's the noun, and here is an adjective. It's right in front of the noun, so it's going to be an adjective. And here's the indeterminate article. Actually, we have two adjectives. Big is an adjective and growing is an adjective. Okay, so Roberto es un gran y creciendo chico, así de literal. Se oye mal, ¿verdad? Entonces, como sabemos que es adjetivo, entonces tenemos que adecuarlo al español, ¿verdad? Entonces, Roberto es un chico grande y creciente o está creciendo. Yo voy a advertirlo, yo voy a poner el verbo y está creciendo todavía, porque eso es una frase en inglés. Big and growing. Es una frase en inglés que se usa cuando los chicos están en pleno desarrollo y ya están grandes y no han dejado de estar creciendo, ¿verdad? Entonces, big and growing boy es la frase. All right, number 15, I'm sorry. A praying Christian is the one that beats the devil. A praying Christian is the one that beats the devil. Okay, so, un cristiano orando, adjetivo. Orante, un cristiano orante. No suena bien, ¿verdad? Pero por ahí vamos a adecuarlo. Para mientras traduzcamos el resto de la oración y después vamos a ver cómo lo adecuamos a un buen español. Un cristiano orante es el que vence al diablo. Ok, ¿qué vas a hacer? Yo voy a poner aquí un cristiano que ora es el que vence al diablo. Así, para mí, eso es un buen español. No sé qué alternativa tienes tú. All right, number 16. I am a working man. I am a working man. Yo soy un hombre trabajando, trabajante. Soy un hombre trabajador. Eso es la traducción. Ok, ¿están difíciles esos? Pues esas son unas oraciones difíciles. Estas oraciones, y pura casualidad que cuando saqué esas oraciones que todos salieron difíciles, pero debemos ver que el gerundio se usa como adjetivo, se puede usar como adjetivo, ¿verdad? Estamos en el cuarto uso, ¿no? Cuarto uso del adjetivo, al contrario del español, que el español no usa el gerundio tanto, ¿verdad? Bien, vamos a ver aquí, y eso ya lo vimos, creo yo. En la lección no me recuerdo. Instead of the infinitive after a preposition, unlike Spanish, okay? So, instead of studying, she plays. Instead of studying, she plays. En vez de estudiar. So, preposition, gerunds. How's Spanish go? Spanish goes preposition, de, and then what follows it, the infinitive, estudiar. All right, number 18. Before turning in the test, make sure you have answered all the questions. Before turning in the test, make sure you have answered all the questions. Okay, antes de entregar el examen, asegúrate que has contestado o has contestado todas las preguntas, ¿ok? Es mandato, ¿verdad? Porque no tiene sujeto, entonces es mandato. Bien, so antes de entregar, infinitivo, en English, ¿cómo va? Before turning, gerundio, turning in. Okay, very good. Number 19. You have been awarded a prize for behaving so well. You have been awarded a prize for behaving so well. Okay, eso va a ser un pleonasmo, creo yo. Has sido galardonado un premio por comportarse tan excelentemente o tan bien. Suena a tan bien, por eso nos decimos tan bueno o tan bien, ¿verdad? Ok, por comportarse, infinitivo, ¿y qué tenemos en español? Perdón, en inglés, gerundio, después de la preposición. Alright, muy bien. Último, last series of uses of the gerund as a command. Yes, as a command. And so Spanish uses for this the infinitive, okay? So I'll just put that in. Spanish uses the infinitive. Great. All right. So, number 20. No running in the church. No running in the church. Eso es no correr en la iglesia. No talking in class. And that would be translated no hablar en la clase. No being lazy. So that would be translated no ser perezoso. So, solo quiero decir algo en el español acerca de esos como que fueran mandatos y como que no son mandatos. Esos se usan para la buena educación, para la cortesía, ¿verdad? Para decir a la gente una cosa que no dices a la gente. Si, por ejemplo, vas a un restaurante y ves un letrero que dice, no fumes. Entonces, sinterás señalado. ¿Y qué tal si no fumas, verdad? Entonces, si yo no fumo y el rótulo el letrero me está diciendo, no fumes. Pero si no fumo, puedo sentirme ofendido, ¿verdad? Entonces, ponen ahí no fumar. Entonces, este es un mandato que es para todos y es para ninguno. Entonces, no fumar, como no viene dirigido a nadie, porque es una forma no personal, es el infinitivo, fumar. Entonces, yo no me ofendo porque no es para mí, es para otra persona que una persona que fumara sabe que no tiene que fumar en el restaurante, ¿verdad? Entonces, en español se usan infinitivos para eso. En inglés, gerundios. Okay, let's look at our vocabulary. Vocabulary 31. I hope my little English discussions don't throw you off. I'm sorry, my Spanish discussions don't throw you off and they help you a little bit. Vocabulary 31. 22 words and phrases. Total to date, 500 words. Congratulations! As much as. As much as. Award. Awarded. Bed. Bore. Bored. Boy, girl. Now this is not the past tense. This is the opposite, right? Okay, boy, girl. Great. Bring. Bring. Past tense. Brought. Brought. And then this is just a little bit funny, you know, bringing, because it looks like we have the ing here, but this is not the gerund ing, so you say bringing. Okay? Okay, fill. fill, not feel, sentir, fill, llenar. And then the past tense filled, and then the participle is irregular. IR means irregular. Full. Why? Because when we have a past tense ed, we expect a participle ed. But since the participle is a vowel change, that's just off the charts, weird. So that's irregular. All right, let's look at goal. Goal, healthy, healthy. Here, there. And so these are opposites. These are homonyms, right? I'm sorry, antonyms. They're antonyms. Here, there. All right. Husband, husband. Great. So that only applies to the man. Jump, jump. And then the past tense, jumped, jumped. Yeah, you're hearing a T, right? That's the rule DT. Okay, make sure, make sure. Midnight, midnight. Prize, prize, prized. Respond, respond, responded, responded. Send, send. And then the past tense, when we add the ed, becomes sent. Send, sent, sent. So that's a homonym with sent. Algo que hueles. But in any case, look what happens. You add an ed to this already d and it changes it into a t. Unusual. Okay, should, should. Good. The most, that's a superlative. Theme, turn in, and then the opposite, hand out. Turn in is entregar, hand out is repartir. Oh, it's right there. I don't even need to say it. All right, let's look at some prepositions again. Problems with prepositions. On top of, so that's this guy right here, okay? Behind, that's this guy right here. To the side of, that's this guy right here. Under, underneath, below or beneath, this guy's getting squished. In front of, and in or inside of. I hope this little chart helps you. And it's amazing that this guy's smiling since the whole weight of the house is on him. But anyhow, whatever, you know, I'm not the greatest graphics man, so that's what you get. Okay, this little box here is like really important because as means both como y mientras. All right, very good. Well, I told you this was a really difficult lesson, and we're at 17 minutes and 30 seconds. So I look forward to having you again on lesson 32. God bless.